Jedi, no. Do you smell that? Ooh, look at that steam. It's beautiful, my friend. It's beautiful. Oh my god. I'm so hungry. And I'm so excited to take some time to vibe with you and eat some of these noodles. I've never tried this kind before, but hey, this is what I have and I'm gonna eat it. So with that being said, yeah, I'm excited to vibe and talk a little bit about holistic healing, hopefully touching on some areas that will help us on our journey to better understand how we can help ourselves fully and wholly. I'm excited for these noodles. Oh, they're a little spicy. This is good. Okay, so yes, these are the noodles. I brought them for lunch today, and I didn't end up eating them for lunch, so I'm eating them now. Perfect timing. So my friend, I do not know why the world is like it is. You know what I mean? Like sometimes seems like people care more about the superficial things that don't matter on the surface than the deep, meaningful strings of reality. I was thinking about this today, and other than going on a rant to my new coworkers about aliens, I also kind of was, I'm working at a state park as a horticulturist right now. As I'm, developing those skills, it really got me thinking about plants, You actually can't see many plants in the background other than Cash Money Jr. But what I will say is, plants honestly teach you about how the world works in such a deep and meaningful way. It is quite literally healing. Like when you look at forest bathing, which is, I think that term is coined in Japan, and it reports signs of lowering blood pressure, clearing the mind, increasing serotonin, and just a whole lot of other wonderful, amazing benefits that don't just last during the walk, but up to a week after the walk. It's just one of the things that make you realize how important nature is when it comes to our being. This is fire. This is fire. And it's like a little bit spicy, so that's pretty good. So good. So that is to say that our human bodies, like everything that we eat, it becomes a part of us. And so eating is not just something that we do to, give us energy, but it literally builds us up. it breaks down, and we break it down, and then it distributes to the cells in our body to give them the energy to maintain us. That's pretty crazy. Okay. Wow. And it's kind of like ironic that I'm literally eating a bowl of very processed food right now, talking about this, but here's the deal. I also believe that beliefs play a big role. Now, some people get sick if they eat meat. Some people get sick if they eat vegetables. I don't know, they're like carnivores out there in the world. And I believe that both of them understand that their bodies are unique, and they are listening to their body to understand how to best nourish it. And that is, for me, what I understand as a core concept of holistic healing. Listening to your body, the natural way it works, and nourishing it in that way. This is pretty fire, though, I will say. I think that there are always going to be some plants that are very medicinal for some people. And then there are some plants that will do the opposite for others, just like there are certain treatments that work better for others. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's so important to know yourself, to understand your workings. And I honestly believe that if we want to holistically help the planet, like, we're all here for a reason. Without a doubt in my mind, you are alive during this time for a reason. And it's connected to the state that the earth is currently in right now. All right, the earth ain't looking that hot right now, homie. Let's be real. Or maybe I should say it's looking a little extra hot. But you know, it's shifting, it's changing, it's doing its thing. And I believe that now more than ever, we see a disconnect. I mean, you look at the technology that's being created, and look at NFTs. I think NFTs are actually fantastic tools that have been horribly misused because people have been so blinded by greed and trying to make money instead of seeing the actual use of the creation. And this is something that has happened with every resource that Earth has given us. Instead of seeing it for the beautiful thing that it is, if it's a beautiful, excuse me, if it's a beautiful flower or plant that has medicinal properties that could actually help us, a lot of the times we see it as a weed. Okay, well, what can we do to fix that? Because honestly, I mean, not even fix as much as align. You know, how can we align ourselves so that our lives are more purposeful and everything that we share space with also understands its purpose in our lives, that we amplify the purpose of everything that is around us. This is fantastic. Now, this is like grape juice. That's somebody that I had talked to in, on the internet, and one of the biggest investors, private investors in my company Eco Chamber, she gave me grape juice that her mom grew in her yard and created. And I feel so thankful. Like, this is just straight up grape juice. And I added orange juice because I really like the taste of them, and I added more grapes. But that's like incredible. I think understanding, like, her mom saw a chain link fence, a normal fence. Well, a lot of people saw a chain link fence. Her mom saw a trellis to grow grapes on. And so she grew grapes coming up the fence. That is fantastic. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Understanding that everything in your space, it has such a deep purpose to serve you. And we as humans, we find purpose in serving others because it feels good to know that we can do something that maybe another person can't do. And so we can provide that for them and nourish them in that way. That is a wonderful thing. And so I believe that everything, my plants, I love that they take, I don't know, the air that I'm breathing and they're able to make it into more air so that I can breathe it. I love you, plants, and I appreciate you so much. I have plants all around me. You can't really see them all, but cash money. Anyways, that is the power, I believe, of holistic healing. When you understand, when you know yourself, and you start to nourish yourself in such a way only you can, because only you can understand yourself, then you are now putting this piece into the puzzle, which makes it a lot easier for others to see where they fall in the grand scheme of things and understand how they too can serve themselves and can heal themselves. Because holistic healing is not just about putting a band-aid on a trauma that happened and trying to either avoid it or totally not deal with it at all, but it's understanding that this event happened in your life for a reason and that there is a purpose. And if you can take hold of that purpose, it can transform your lives and others, because now you are seeing everything around you that is happening to you and you are leveraging that and you are able to create beautiful things. So when I think of holistic healing, I think of how do we not just heal ourselves, but how do we uplift and bring more life to everything in our surrounding area, everything within our aura that is touching us within any part of our being. How can we also open up the potential for more life to flow through? Because I believe healing is just allowing more life to flow through you. Like, that's it. You could use the idea of like a broken pot or vessel. And when you put it back together, the idea is that it's holding the water. And so instead of having water, or AKA life, seep out, you are now allowing it to flow within this vessel in that instance. And so I believe just like vessels, some of us have holes and cracks, and the water, or AKA life, drips out of those areas. And so when we're able to just acknowledge the pain, which is one of the most hardest things, and I think really and truly that is what's holding a lot of humanity back, and the earth, well, the earth is going to be healing no matter what, but it's holding a lot of us back from actually healing, because it means that we actually have to usually go through an even deeper level of pain that we've experienced, or to the level of pain that we've experienced in the past, that how we're designed, we probably would rather avoid it under all circumstances. And so it becomes this funny little thing where we know, some of us know, that we have to face this pain and it hurts a lot. But that's really what has to be done in order to heal. So, Don't come at me, but I feel like this would be really amazing if I added cheese. Like, I don't know, it would just add like this salty softness that I feel like would complement this well. Yeah, with that being said, wow, my sinuses are clearing up. Healing holistically means simply being with yourself, understanding the whole experience that you're having, accepting all of you for who you are, and allowing the acceptance and awareness of the pain and the obstacles and the traumas that you've been through to actually assist you in knowing where to direct your compassionate attention and bring over just the flow of understanding that there's something within you that can literally do anything, including heal from this trauma, including just use the pain in such a way where you gain so much more beyond the pain. So yeah, I think holistic healing, it starts with understanding the sucky parts of the human experience and facing them for what they are and feeling these emotions, and then allowing yourself to move forward with a higher perspective now that you've gone through the tunnel of that pain, which I feel a lot of people, including myself, struggle with at times because it's scary. But you know what? There's something that is greater than all of this. And when we die, we will know. But for now, we're alive. So enjoy your life and realize that you can heal from whatever it is that you have experienced, and that if you make it your